Welcome back to Hana. All right, Dwebs. From this point on, things are gonna get much more cutscene heavy. So hopefully this will you will enjoy this.
Look, guys, big water.
Shiroi, cease.
Look,
Shut
hey,
up.
Look, there's nothing wrong with big
Hulk.
water.
Well, someone actually was watching me.
Yeah, that's so fast.
Do you think we'll stay here forever? Grow old in this place?
Well, one
About that.
of you will.
About that. Yeah.
Spoilers, we did not.
In the meantime, I wanted to actually correct some mistake of mine from the previous 2 parts or so. For some reason, I called Hana, aka Adira's girlfriend, Kira. I don't know why the hell I had Kira in the brain. Maybe Kira Buckland, I don't know. But it's Anna actually.
Have you? Were you just in a pinch of rewatching Death Note?
Or you playing Nero Savata?
Sure, that helps.
Maybe he was playing Honey Pop.
Or
Maybe.
or the English dub of Yokai Watch.
My money's on Honey Pop.
Yeah, because
Okay.
he's watching Yokai Watch anymore.
Jova. They can all be true.
Of course.
Exactly.
He
See?
was playing them all at the same time, actually.
Multitasking. Anyway. Alright, so now we've gotten all the relics and all the memories, so let's go straight to the tree and summon Adira's spirit. I'm sure she will.
It'll be a very calm chat with that spirit.
I hope no one's pissed on that tree or anything.
Do you think that'll anger the spirit?
Probably. A little.
Well, if it's a dog just doing its thing,
you-
hopefully she'd understand.
Is my grave just a bathroom to you?
To some dogs, it
Well,
is.
you're not
There's
using
the-
it, are you?
The hammer. The stone. I forgot what was the first memory.
The bell on the stone balls
Right.
here, too.
Rise and shine! Well, okay, you already were awake, but make it so that we can see you.
So I'd like to also expand upon something that I said in the previous part as well.
Whoa!
Oh, I didn't say things as clearly as I should have. Basically, remember they were an animation studio before they made this game too. So most likely, like I said, they made these cutscenes as if they were making, and they're used, like all animation studios, they're used to making their animation in 24 frames per second. So my guess is this is just basically them.
And
being
like I
used to
said,
making-
and like I said, it's probably just the more comfortable option rather than trying to do something risky and put that into the 60
Alright, Kenna,
stuff.
get to climbing.
Exactly. So
Jesus.
basically, taking probably slight inspiration from the final Colossus
I was actually
of
gonna
Shadow of the
say,
Colossus.
Malice.
Malus.
I was actually gonna say, Malice wants his check in the mail.
Yeah, basically.
At least he didn't kill our horse.
So basically, we have to get to the top in order to fight Adira.
Yeah, they didn't kill our horse because our horse is already dead here. Notice how she doesn't have a horse, because it's probably a spirit horse.
Well, the bull golem did survive. There is that.
Yes, but that's not a
don't-
horse, so it wouldn't be as sad.
That's the closest. That's species, Jova.
For some
So,
reason, people find the death of horses more sad than the death of bulls.
Yes, Shiri?
Is that the ending of National Velvet?
Oh.
Yes, Shiri?
So based on what you just said, Jova, the horse's spirit is riding free?
Yes. Yes, it is.
Great.
Yeah, let's just exorcise this person, please.
Please stop lumbering us like Jason.
Yeah, seriously, that's a straight up slasher.
Oh, and please stop growing roots out of your body. That really is slasher territory now.
I mean, the design is really cool.
This is what happens
You're
when
not
spirits
gonna
get...
come along quietly, are you?
Nope,
Oh,
she is
well.
not. But
On guard!
I'm gonna he's gonna take the, get smashed into a pancake.
So yeah, corrupt with Smith. The first thing you need to do is you need to blow up this particular place.
Take out her shield,
just-
I assume.
There you go, and that's where the core for armor is. You have to first destroy that core so that you can take out her armor so you can then hit her.
Of course, even in death she has an invention to give her the advantage.
There you go. This is all stuff using all the technology she came up with back when she was alive. So
Which
yeah,
makes me
this
wonder, was she thinking, you know, if I die and go crazy, I'm gonna need something to help me take over the world, so this will make me invincible unless somebody thinks to attack the core. Thought ahead, I guess?
You know, this flyer can't be very good for you.
Yeah, I can't.
Alright, again, Zelda style of boss design. Just do rinse repeat.
Alright, Pedro, can you confirm this? At one point, do we have to fight a giant head in 2 hands?
No.
That's not a real Zelda game now, is it?
This game was a fake all the time.
So what you're saying, Deds, is that even Super Mario 64 is more of a Zelda game than this game.
It's more like a Nintendo thing that we love to do. Remember, Andros also does that in Star Fox.
Yeah.
Andros, the final boss of Wario. Lambury.
Although remember, guys, the Wallmaster hands literally show up in Super Mario 64.
Yeah. I guess Bongo Bongo to an extent too.
I do recommend not letting the bomb explode on its own rather than use an arrow to make it explode sooner, because in order to shoot an arrow you have to stay still, which means you're vulnerable to an attack from Adira. So just get away from Adira while the bomb is exploding. That way you'll be far away from her and you'll be able to get a few shots on the core.
I swear there was a meme about shooting the core from a Sonic game or something.
No.
Can't remember.
I think the meme you're thinking of is the attack it's weak one for massive damage.
There we are.
Oh,
Not
that was
necessarily a
was
Sonic
shoot the
one. And,
core.
Okay, I guess she ditched one weapon and now she's dual wielding while on fire.
Now she's serious.
Or that boss looks cool.
I know, right? This is the Dark Souls of the
This is the
PS2
Dark
games.
Souls of
I don't know. I
this is
got nothing.
This is the Dark Souls of indie games.
No.
That's Mortal Shell.
That would be Mortal Shell, Jova.
Yeah, that's Mortal Shell.
What's that game?
It's a Souls clone. It's
not as great as the originals, but it's still fine on its own. But I can explain another time because we need to exercise someone.
There we are.
Now calm down!
Please.
Now,
I swear, I will grab your mask and tug you down if I have to.
Alright.
you can't tell me what to do, Dad.
Just
Time
do.
for backstory.
Alright.
You know, she kind of does look like the protagonist from Horizon Zero Dawn.
Aloy?
Yeah.
She reminds me
I
more
can,
of...
I can see what he means.
She
Actually.
reminds me more of Brigitte from Overwatch.
Hold on.
I guess she's a fusion of the two.
Yes, Alloy from Genshin Impact, my favourite.
Hana and I found a way to focus the scattered energy of the mountain.
Uh-huh.
I
Good.
thought it would last for generations. But the village heart started to fade.
That's bad.
Yeah.
This was just the beginning of our problems.
Oh dear.
Something was wrong. The crops failed and poison covered the land.
If I
A
recall
curse,
correctly, this is tied in sort of what happened with our first boss, essentially, where they
If I
left the village
if
with
I understand
poison
correctly,
problems.
probably that's what's gonna happen because of these events. The explosion is gonna occur, which is the thing that killed Taro.
Anna left to see if she could find any help or anything that helped. So as a result, Adira was left all to deal with this alone.
Let me guess, this all happened because of the initial ghost that we saw in this game, because
We tried
he couldn't stand to
everything to
die, and
restore
well,
balance.
his lingering about is
But
what
nothing
eventually
worked.
caused all the problems with the village and whatnot, which
I
would
knew
then
our home
eventually
was
lead to
lost.
everyone else dying.
but I couldn't.
You'll see for a moment, like, there is one event that
I had
connects
to
all
help
the
her find her
three
way back.
storylines, or at least it connects the final storyline to these two.
Okay.
I'm guessing the final storyline has to do with our big bad.
Exactly.
So, I started to build.
You're a modern Iron Man mixed with Thor.
That would be a Festus, Jova.
Even got the heroic music to go with it.
Come on, Alloy, do it.
You are the chosen one.
So yeah, she was trying to take the heart out of theirs.
Okay. Wow, she literally built that entire structure.
However, something obviously went wrong.
Is it gonna be-
Obviously.
is it
Oh,
gonna-
look at that mountain.
And there's a dragon.
Is it gonna
Look
be
at-
like the ending of one of the endings of Twisted Metal Head On and she falls off the thing?
Hold on. And there you go.
Oh, the same explosion.
The same explosion. So yeah, somebody ruined this entire village by whatever the fuck they were doing over there in that mountain.
And this is probably what killed her. Not because of her obsession.
The actual core smashing onto her face. Oh no, okay. The way the sequels directed seemed to actually lean towards that.
Oh god.
Whoa.
Oh, it's worse.
Stretch
pulled it
moment.
off.
So, was she just hanging there the entire time?
No.
Oh, she
She was
managed
actually
to...
able to. She managed to pull herself up, but oh well.
First ending, she
Oh,
starved
she's
to
strong.
death.
Never underestimate the strength of desperation.
And buff women.
And stress, too, but... Oh boy. I'll give her points, she does not give up.
And she created a lighthouse so that her lover could
Hana.
actually come back. Cute.
Hold
Wow.
on. Actually, I like this. I like this detail here.
Somehow I felt leaving would make me forget her. The life we shared would slip away.
So she was the sole survivor of the
fear
village.
blinded
She
me.
could have
More
left.
like the only one who stayed behind.
The only one who stayed behind, actually.
Alright. So anyone who didn't stay behind essentially left.
Thought of forgetting
Mhm.
Hold on. Hold on. Kina just said that she lost somebody too. We'll get back to that.
Even after all these years, what you built.
Also,
together
Adira,
is
running away to forget about her, that's not the answer.
will never be.
Where were we even gonna run away to?
Hi. Oh yeah.
So, if I get this correctly, all people in the village who are dead currently probably died out due to the plague, while everyone else essentially hightailed it out and made it out alive.
Not just that. We know that there was some kind of corruption play going on. However, it seems like that whatever happened in the Sacred Mountain Shrine really fucked up the village even more. So clearly, that's probably where our answer is.
And the only way this could get more depressing is if it turns out that the people who did leave the village ended up getting caught by whatever the plague was and still died.
Don't you see, Jova? They were the ones of the Great Divide.
Of course. Oh my god. I don't know how to feel about that episode now. On the one
It's still
hand,
bad.
maybe
It's
it's
still
good that they survived and whatnot. On the other hand, though, that episode has still got awful.
Alright, with that, let's get back to the village.
There's still some, if I got correctly, we did pick up still some, correspondence.
We'll get to that.
Like, dang, I know that nothing can really truly be flawless, but The fact that one of the greatest shows of all time has probably one of the worst bad episodes of all time is something that says a lot.
I forgot.
Sorry, I was concentrating on the scene. What were you referring to, Java?
The Great Divide.
I forgot what my exact thoughts. Oh, sorry.
No, I was just going. Ooh,
Oh, no, I thought Pedro wanted to say something.
Do actually. Well, the only show where I can make an argument that doesn't have a bad episode. Obviously, some other than others, but that's just obvious. But the only show where I think every episode is at the very least really good is Seinfeld, because I love that show to death.
I've actually started watching that on Netflix.
Oh yeah, like Seinfeld is so smart with its writing that it's just like, and the characters are so hilarious, like so. And like I said before, one of the big demonstrations of its genius is the fact that we have 4 characters who are bad people, who do a lot of bad things throughout the entire show, and yet, despite them getting their comeuppance at the end, the fan base was genuinely disappointed. No, we don't want them to end up in jail. Like, and the writers even said in the behind-the-scenes features in the DVD saying, we were quite surprised that people were that, like, hesitant to see this kind of punishment for people that, let's face it, are really bad people. So the writers generally designed that episode as the final comeuppance for them. But people fell in love with those characters so much, regardless of how bad people they are, that they were genuinely disappointed to see them end up in jail. So that shows you how good the writing in that show is. The fact that people got so attached to the characters that I don't care if they're bad people. I like them. Don't put them in jail. That shows how great the show is. Go on.
I suppose it may also factor in what the execution of said comeuppance was, like, okay, like, if it's anything like the god-awful bendy episode of Foster Son for Imaginary Friends, I can get people hating that. But
it's a thing, Joe.
No. You see, that final... That was funny.
No, that episode is terrible, and there's a good reason everyone, including the writer, Lauren Faust herself, hated that episode, Dej.
Let me just...
I hated that episode, that's why I wrote it.
Sure. Here's what's so funny about that finale, Jova. You know about the Good Samaritan law?
Yes.
They get arrested because of it, because they're not even aware that it exists. That's it. That's what does them in. They're visiting. I forgot what's that state where the law exists. I forgot the name of the state. Whatever. They're going to the state where that law is a thing, and they're not even aware of it. And because they're making fun of a guy who's being robbed, and they get caught on camera making fun of him, they get into a trial. They're being trialed for it, and guess what? They bring up every single character that they screwed over throughout the entire show to testify against them. So not only is it really hilariously karmatic that's what does them in, but at the same time it also serves as a great celebration of the entire show by bringing back all these characters, So it's such a fantastic finale, at least in my opinion it is, because it's the only way Seinfeld could end, really.
It's funny, apparently.
And again, despite all these things, despite all the stuff that they've done, what does them in is the fact that they didn't obey the Good Samaritan law.
The irony.
Two things. Okay, don't exactly remember what my thoughts were on The Great Divide when we watched it. It was the first time anyway, so of course fresh memories and everything. And what I do agree that it's the worst episode of the entire Avatar first, series. I don't think it's still like the most awful thing I ever seen in my life.
Oh,
sure,
yeah,
it's annoying, definitely, because it's also frustrating for the standards of it, but not to the point where I would say that it's like the worst thing I have, which is a testament to the quality of the last
sure.
Is that the Avatar Day episode?
No. Okay, basically,
The Great Divide is in season 1, I think.
Yeah, basically, the Great Divide one is the one that deals with these two tribes who should not bring food into a canyon due to these carnivorous critters that will eat them all, but they still bring them in. They're all hypocrites and whatnot. And it's
They
essentially
bicker
resolved.
constantly.
And it's essentially resolved by the Avatar, the one who's supposed to do stuff properly, lying. So, okay. You know what? Actually, I do get what you mean, though, Dwib. Sorry. I do get what you mean, though, Tio. For as bad as The Great Divide is, by a lot of other show standards, it's probably a great episode. Like, okay.
Honestly,
it can mean anything, I know, but yes.
Honestly, I'll still take The Great Divide over anything. Not anything. Like over most of Korra season 2.
I knew you were gonna go there.
I honestly thought you were gonna say you take that over anything from Mega Man Fully Charged.
But second thing, because I'm curious of that, Jova, specifically aimed towards you, what do you consider, personally for you, the worst episode of a Batman the Animated Series?
Ooh, a Batman animated series. Okay, you know, I'll admit.
I know that season 4 doesn't. I know that. Sorry.
No, wait. I think I know, but it's not really bad. It's just weak. It's the one about the kids who saved Batman.
I have Batman in my basement.
Yeah.
I wouldn't even say that one's terrible, but yeah, that's just...
Yeah, it's not bad, it's just the weakest.
Yeah, true, I guess with Batman the Animated Series, okay, maybe there is a stinker there, but honestly, okay. At most, I could say it's some of its weakest episodes are the ones that don't always utilize its villains the best. Or in some cases, were literally just some of the earlier episodes when stuff was starting out, essentially. Like, I mean, comes to Batman the Animated Series. Okay, I'm pretty sure if I could get a look at like an episode list, I'd be able to maybe get an idea of what some of my least favorites are, but there's not really any episode in particular that's actually ticked me off. I mean, you know, maybe as a kid there were some I didn't like, but that was because I didn't quite get, you know, the themes of them, which I now do get better as an adult.
Yeah, I understand.
Like, you know,
all right, Jova, now here's a test.
Like, okay. I'll admit, back in the day when I was a kid, I didn't really care for the Robin and Batman split-up thing, which has the introduction to Nightwing and all that. Granted, now that I've seen it properly in full length, while it's not one of my favorite episodes, it's still overall fine. Has a good enough payoff.
So there you go. Here's a puzzle that's inspired by Majora's Mask, actually, where you have to hit these 3 rocks in the order that the frogs croak.
Cute.
Anyway, you were saying?
With the frog hat.
There you go.
Oh, look at him, so cute.
So his hat is an actual live frog?
Yes.
There you go. See?
Huh. Anyway, you were saying, Dej?
I said, alright, Joe, here's a test for you. Name a bad episode of Ed, and Eddie. Challenge, it can't be from season 5.
Well...
Oh, that's easy. Like, I mean, honestly, look. Ed, and Eddie's a good show, but that show did still have its fair share of stinkers, even outside of season 5.
But everyone
Kenneth's staff was kind of going out of control for a second.
That was weird.
The general
Is that
foreshadowing? Season 5 is kind of weak.
Was that the one where they started going to high school?
Middle school. Yeah.
Well, unit school.
Yeah.
There we go.
I feel like season 5
School
still
ruined
does...
Ed and Eddie.
Okay, I honestly feel like the school stuff, if anything, did add some new things, but I won't deny it did have some weaknesses here and there.
I think I actually will. If you want me to pick a cartoon, I can pick 2. David Feist's cartoons, Cow and Chicken and I Am Weasel, because those shows start off really good and only get better and better with each season. Because those 2 cartoons are still some of the funniest shit you'll ever find.
I will say this, they do still have episodes that I would consider kind of lackluster or bad, but still though, on the whole, they're overall great. There were just some episodes that I feel didn't land as well, but again, you know, what's with everybody converging here?
It's still the inhabitants of a village. The more houses we free, the more, you know, these kind of, shades will appear.
True, yeah, but shouldn't you people be moving on, if anything, because we helped you? Why are you still here?
Well, they just did as we passed by them.
Consider it more like an afterglow than anything.
Autumn hat.
I guess that's a way of letting you know which houses you've cleared so far.
That too.
Oh,
yeah.
a Minnie Mouse bow.
Pumpkin.
How about the cowboy hat?
Sun. And
Panama. You can straight up have a
Have they
Panama.
made merch of these guys yet?
I'm sorry, the edge what?
Surprisingly, no.
Have they made merch of these guys yet?
No. I don't think so.
Still some unlocked.
Not the, no, that wasn't like. I guess we'll have to wait and see how things go. Like if the next game Ember Lies Mix is a sequel, maybe we'll have to wait and see.
Be funny. if
Anyway,
they make
let's-
the
let's-
Rottweiler
let's
their
report.
mascot.
Let's report back to Zaju.
Or they could just make them merch anyway, you know?
Yeah.
Hana and Adira shared something.
This is me telling you I'll give you my money.
It lifts my heart to know they are together again.
Adira knew she was powerless to stop the poison, but she never gave up hope that Hana would find her way home. Zaju, I saw
This
something
makes
in
one
Adira's
wonder.
memories.
Is there a point in stopping the poison if everyone else here is dead now?
It seemed to be connected to
Well, but
Yes.
if it doesn't get stopped, eventually we'll spread to other places. So.
Yeah, like there are still living people in this world, even if we haven't seen many.
Unless this world is like cut off from the rest of the world, like in
Toshi.
Shadow of the Colossus. Oh damn.
There you go. Toshi, aka the guy that's been bugging us since the beginning, was actually the boss of this village. And yeah, it broke him to see the village wither away. Yeah,
So
you can
he
probably guess where
wasn't
this is
the
going.
one- So he wasn't the one initially
He's at the
behind
heart of the
this.
corruption that
Weird.
blocks the path to the mountain shrine.
Well,
She-
Jova,
she-
technically what we just learned doesn't negate that.
Kena did mention also about a creature, so there might be still something that we don't know.
Maybe, yeah, maybe he actually did cause the corruption, but nobody knew that because he kept it a secret.
We'll have to wait and see, I guess. So yeah, here's Toshi's mask.
The deer.
So now
Yes.
it's time to deal with the final boss.
Yeah, basically. In fact, we're right now gonna get to the Sacred Mountain Shrine where he actually is there. So we're going to confront him right now, actually. But first, now that the corruption has cleared enough to the point where we can get here, let's get these jewels. There you go. Yeah, that's another thing. It's always every time you defeat a boss, come back to the village to see what new places you can go to now that they're no longer cut off by corruption.
So I guess we'll...
Again, Zelda style of design.
So I guess we're getting close to the end of this game, I guess.
Well, yeah. Tune in the next part, everybody, where we try to see if we can reason with Toshi. Spoilers, it won't work. And we also will find out Kena's backstory. So, see that.
He was
Yeah.
actually her
See ya.
father.
Sure. See ya.
See ya.